Morning, everybody. It's the 29th of April. We are Signal Centre Talking Ball. Joe Neighbour, Ian Common and Steve O'Hare. Good morning, guys.
Morning, all.
Oh,
How are we?
Very
All
well,
right.
thank you.
You sound a bit chirpy.
Yeah, it's my birthday in a couple of days.
Oh, it's mine as well.
lovely.
I didn't know you were 9th of May, me.
1st of May.
He
Bank
beat me
holiday
to it
weekend.
again, didn't he?
Yeah, it's fucking just slams you every
He's
time.
very persistent, the boy.
I'm 24th of Feb. I am, so I'm much earlier in the year than you two.
Hoping for some nice weather.
That's it.
It's been
I
shit
thought we
last
might get
couple of days.
released. We were talking about getting released on the 7th of May.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Is it that close? Seriously?
That's
when they're doing the review.
the review. But they've not got this tracker thing, have they? So it looks like it'll be another month probably.
Going to be a jump in the numbers today, apparently, because they're going to start including the nursing homes, aren't they?
I thought they said it yesterday, last night. I heard it on the news.
Go through the roof, then, wouldn't it?
The BBC doing their best to keep the nation's spirits up. Just not they didn't want to sort of focus on the fact that it's the least deaths since we started. They wanted to focus on the fact that the figures 3 weeks ago were wrong.
Well, we all want transparency, don't we? And all want to know what's actually happening with it, I guess.
Yeah, but at the same time, you need to sort of like have a positive mental attitude to sort of like to come up through things like this. And if you've got people just sort of like being negative all the time, it just has a detrimental effect to the recovery. That's what I think.
Yeah.
So the BBC can go and do one as well.
I think we're all a bit tired of it, aren't we? And just want to see something positive somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so round up on yesterday's trades. We had a long on Eurodollar, which was going really well at one point. It was nearly hitting target.
Steaming, wasn't
it?
it?
And then it absolutely flopped at the 9 o'clock close. Frosby flopped. Did a high jump, and it just sunk to the mat with a 0.07R win at 9 o'clock. So pretty pathetic.
Take the 8 o'clock close.
I needed it mid-afternoon. Oil, that had a bit of a pump yesterday, didn't it? Although you were on side quite quickly with that yesterday morning, but it rallied substantially.
Didn't last long.
But Ian with a 3R win on sterling Swiss.
Oh, it must be something wrong big figure or something there, isn't it? What's going on there?
No, I'm just trying to catch him up. 24.31.
What was your potential?
I'd left it open, didn't I?
Reward.
It was an
8. All right.
I just said I'm leaving
Not
it
bad.
open.
Yeah.
So because of Ian's nice win there, that puts a new high on our P&L overall, 81.27%.
Lovely.
Very nice indeed, eh?
Yeah.
Lovely, jubbly.
Okay, so has anybody got anything interesting to look at today?
I've got
go on
something. Sorry. Let's have a look. Let's start off. S&P. Now that's our bespoke resistance level there at 2922, and we just missed the trigger yesterday, which we got up to 20 and a half, I believe.
I was surprised it didn't trigger actually yesterday because
and then had a dip low and then came back. So I'm looking at this resistance. Obviously, we've just been talking about it off air. GDP figure today, US GDP expected -4%. Lower than expected. It's going to be the first time it's gone negative in 6 years. Lower than expected should be negative for stocks, but I'm not actually going to trade this. I'm going to trade Aussie yen, because I quite like this.
Fill that gap.
Yeah, wedge formation. It's filled the gap coming back over here, and we've got bespoke resistance at 69.60. So potential downside target, obviously, again, not today, but 64.40 if it can get a breakout of this wedge formation. So I'm just gonna, and we've got a DMARC 13 count, which I go on about all the time. So I'm going to go, which has got a stop. Just going back to this chart here. It's got a stop here at 69.81. So it offers quite a nice setup this morning. So short current market 69.81 stop, and again it's the only two that I'm really worried about is the stop and the entry at the moment. 69.81. entry 69.55. I'm just going to go like that.
Just like that. Just like that.
Because I'm running it. So 69.55 entry, 69.81 stop, and I'll put a target in at 67.60 for today, but it won't get there.
Okay, well, you've got to be in it to win it, as we say.
Got to be in it to win it.
So let's
I
see
said that
what
yesterday about
happens.
Sterling Swiss, so.
I might say that after mine as well now.
Okay, Steve, shall I go?
Yeah, you go on.
Okay. So looking at stocks as well, and I'm not bullish of stocks by any means. I just can't understand why they're pushing higher, the way they are.
QE.
Yeah, I mean, QE obviously is a big contributor, but it's driving higher, and it's, I imagine, hurting a lot of people, because there'll be a lot of people that are short of this and have taken the view that they're right and this market needs to go down, and that's when you get yourself in a bit of a pickle. So looking at the FTSE 100 today, it's had a break above this level at 5928 yesterday. We closed above it, and we are pushing higher this morning. Now, one of the key things that I like to look at when deciding whether or not markets are overdone is actually looking at the positioning of retail clients, because I think it is a pretty good indication of where people are at, and where the majority normally, when it comes to retail trading, are wrong. Can you see this if I just drag this in?
I can see this.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the IG sentiment page, IG markets, and here they have the client sentiment, and this gives you an idea of all the positions. Now, the reason IG, I think, is a good barometer for this is because they've got a hell of a lot of clients. Over 500 people have got an open position in the FTSE. I'd imagine that's well into the thousands. And currently only 57% of their clients are short. Now, based on this breakout yesterday, I think we would have seen a flush out of some stops above here, and we are pushing higher. And I just think there is scope for that to go a little bit higher. I think the extremities of that client positioning needs to get up to somewhere around 70 to 80%. And then we may see a little bit of a pullback in stock. So at the moment, I think we're going to continue to see things squeeze higher. I'm looking for a move towards this 50% mark, which is the entire sell-off that we've seen from the start of the year. So I think there's scope for a 50% recovery there. If you look at the US markets, they are well above that 50% level, even closer to sort of 78.6s in most instances.
Yeah, S&P's just knocking on the door of 61.8, which is at 32, 2932.
So we are lagging behind in that sense. So I think there's maybe a bit of scope for a higher move today. So I'm going to keep buying it. I know it's already up 1.47%, but just going to keep rolling with that. Buying at 59.80, targeting 62.25, and a stop at 59.20. So 4R on that. I don't think it's particularly great value, but just rolling with it and see what happens.
Good luck.
Got to be in it to win it.
Indeed.
Lucky, I said that for you.
Yeah, thanks, mate. What you got then, Steve?
Just sharing this. Just looking at I'm looking at gold and silver this morning. Dollar has had this little sell-off over the last few days, and again got another bearish candle on the hourly chart. Oil, we've got that. I was trying to get short of this yesterday, didn't happen. It's gone higher. There's a little bit of talk about the oil reserves not filling up as quick, or the oil storage facilities not filling up as quick as they were concerned about. So maybe we're going to get a little move higher in oil. Copper, a little bit mixed over the last few days. I'm still overall a little bit bearish of both oil and copper, but it's a timing thing, just like the stocks. Gold, this has been a little bit under pressure with this dollar strength, and it's been relieved slightly with the dollar turning around over the last few days, and there's a little bit more coming in on gold. We just bounced from around a $1,690 level. I think we could get a little bit more of a move higher. Silver is in this triangle formation. I think it's going to break to the upside again with this sort of like dollar weakness. So VIX, that's come lower. Remember, we were looking at that over the last few weeks. It's been hanging around this 40 level. It's come lower. And again, as I say,
up yesterday, though, didn't it?
Yeah, a small one, and it's back. It's moving back lower again today. Obviously, we talked about this before. As a safe haven asset, the dollar will be the safe haven asset when the VIX is elevated, but as it comes lower, I think gold is going to take over. So that's why I'm looking to buy gold. All my charts are a little bit funny this morning, so I'm not going to show you the longer term chart anyway. So I'll set longs in gold. I'm obviously looking to buy a dip on the intraday trade. I'm going to buy it at 1706. I think I'm going to buy it at 1705 on the intraday trade, so not far away from getting triggered in that. And I'll target a move. I'll keep it as a 3-to-1 risk reward. So the stop is quite tight, 16.99, so break of the psychological $1,700 level. And I'm targeting a move to 17.27. That's 3-to-1.
Lovely. 17.27. What was the stop on that again, Steve?
16.99.
Okay, perfect. Okay, news-wise. So yesterday, overall, we held up quite nicely. Obviously, record low interest rates pretty much across the globe and more talks of easing. Both fiscally and from a lockdown perspective has helped markets. We saw the US consumer confidence figure decline sharply, as Ian mentioned earlier, to a 6-year low, down at 86.9 from the previous month of 118.8. What was you saying about that this morning, Ian, that the Q2 is the number that we need to be more focused on?
Yeah, Q1 today, minus 4% for US GDP, but they're saying that the proper impact won't have filtered through until the Q2 figure.
Okay, so sorry, that's GDP. So it's consumer confidence yesterday, and we've got GDP today.
GDP.
Okay, lovely stuff. More talk of more easing from the US Congress yesterday. Nancy Pelosi stating that there's a 400 to 500 billion support package being considered for state and municipal governments. But the markets are a little bit uneasy about the medium-term deficit trend, which could weigh on the US currency, which is looking at a potential 5 trillion deficit for this year.
Nice.
Pretty lumpy.
Yeah. That's, if you're going to do numbers. Oh, I forgot to say you've got to be in it to win it.
Oh, no. You've been stopped.
Damn. Forget my trade. Yeah, if you're going to do numbers, do them big. There's no point in sort of like messing about, is there?
Go big or go home.
Yeah.
Seems to be the US philosophy, doesn't it, when it comes to easing? Okay, so elsewhere, UK government Prime Minister Johnson stated that social distancing rules will be reviewed on the 7th of May. So hoping we're all out for Ian's birthday, or some sort of easing takes place. I think if we follow suit with what's going on with the rest of Europe, it looks as though there will be some easing, but pubs and restaurants will remain shut for the foreseeable, or anywhere there's sort of mass gatherings, I guess. So sports, etc. will be played behind closed doors probably, which is a bit unfortunate, but
as long as Liverpool have fairly awarded the trophy, it doesn't really matter.
You can have it as long as you're happy with that nice big asterisk next to it.
Don't care, mate. 25 points clear. An asterisk with 25 points.
You'll be forever mocked that you didn't actually win it.
Yeah, I know, but that's what losers do. Losers mock. Winners hold their head up high and then punch them straight on the nose. That's what they do.
Okay.
So anyone sort of mocks, just punch them. 1704. My trigger is in gold. I thought it was 1705. I'll just reset that alert there.
Okay. Data-wise today, quite a bit out. Eurozone business confidence at 10, and we've got German CPI at 1, US GDP at 130, followed by pending home sales at 3, crude inventories at 3:30, and then at 7 p.m. we have the FOMC decision. No change in policy is expected, but there will, of course, be commentary on the recent announcements and what action they've taken with regards to stimulus as well. Who's reporting today? Has everybody seen any US names reporting?
Yeah, got it here actually. Not there, here. Chat amongst yourselves while I find it.
I found it here, Ian. It's Microsoft, Tesla, Boeing, Qualcomm, General Electric, Facebook, and eBay. So some heavyweights reporting later today. Microsoft and Facebook obviously being part of that big five that we spoke about yesterday. So,
Priti Patel has been cleared of bullying her staff.
She's your MP, isn't she?
She is. She's just my mum's neighbour.
Oh, really?
Lovely lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's been cleared of bullying her staff. So there's a lot of people owe her an apology.
Okay.
And we got what else? We got Farage. He's making the Twitter headlines. What's he doing? The truth about illegal immigrants is even worse than we thought. And I've got my dogs joining in the background.
Yeah, they're not a fan of Farage
they're not
either.
happy about it.
Yeah, I think it's the word Farage just kicked that off. He's an all right lad. He's standing on the beach and preaching to everyone.
Not supposed to be at the beaches, are we?
Nah, he's not. Why is he not obeying the lockdown? But maybe it's essential to be on the beach to show things. He's a reporter as well, I suppose.
Right, he's LBC, isn't he?
It gives all these sort of like keyboard warriors a chance to sort of like write something because they're sort of sitting at home twiddling their thumbs.
Oh, they'll be going for him today, I'd imagine.
Yeah. So, I think Trump said something about the only reason we've got the most infections is because we've done the most tests or something, didn't he, overnight? They got a million confirmed cases, and he was moaning that the only reason we've got so many is because we've done so many tests.
Okay, thanks for that, Donald.
Yeah, Donald.
60,000 deaths they've had now, haven't they?
Yeah, that's a big number. Okay, well, should we round it up there then, guys?
Yep,
lovely stuff. Right, good luck with your trades.
Cheers, and you
be in it to win it, and we'll catch you all tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Got to be in it with it.